Nearly 3,000 people in Canada are diagnosed with ovarian cancer each year, and there's still much to be done in terms of research for a cancer that only has a 44% survival rate of 5 years. And this weekend is the Ovarian Cancer Canada Walk of Hope, taking place at Ashbridges Bay this coming Sunday. Joining us now are... We've got Tania Vrionis. I'm not even going to worry about the prompter, who is Ovarian Cancer Canada's CEO. And we have Jaynevie Macarayo, who's a spokesperson for Ovarian Cancer Canada, a participant as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know it's a little bit early, but look, we're having some really important conversations when it comes to cancers. And the stats, Tania, I'm going to start with you. Just shocking, right? Nearly, 3,000 women being diagnosed each year. It's one of the most fatal women cancers in Canada. 5 Canadians dying from the disease every year. And something that really struck me is the survival rates haven't changed in over 50 years. So can we talk about some of that stuff?
Absolutely. And you're right. This is such an important conversation to have. You're right. Nothing has changed in 50 years in terms of survival. I mean, we're learning a lot more about the disease, but we're far behind. Research has not had the same type of attention to research to ovarian cancer as some of the other cancers. So today there is still no effective screening test for ovarian cancer. So by the time a woman is diagnosed, it's often late stage, and that is part of the reason why it's been so tough to crack that code in terms of changing outcomes and changing those survival rates. But we are making progress with research. We're learning a lot more. We're investing in earlier detection. We're advancing treatments, but we still have to change the ultimate outcomes.
We talk, Jaynevie, about some of these cancers and how early detection is so key. Being mindful of our bodies. You don't want to overreact when you feel any little twinge here and there, but really it's being mindful and aware of your body. What was your experience with ovarian cancer, and what are some of the signs and symptoms that women should be aware of?
No, of course. So my experience actually started in 2021. I was working in the ICU as a registered nurse at the time during COVID. And unfortunately, the symptoms are very vague, as you mentioned. So when I was feeling anxious, depressed, fatigue, I thought it was more so related to my environment. So I kind of disregarded it. Then it progressed into bloating, decreased appetite, changes in weight, and finally difficulty breathing, which prompted me into going to see my gynecologist. She asked me if I ever had a family history of ovarian cancer, and once I said yes, she tested for it right away, and then sent me to the ER as soon as she got the results, because they did find a 20-centimeter mass, ovarian mass. And 2 days later, at the age of 27, I was diagnosed with advanced stage ovarian cancer, and luckily I was sent immediately to Princess Margaret Cancer Center, where they started treatment immediately, ultimately saving my life.
That's an incredible story, shocking. And so many of those symptoms are things that we on a daily basis just wouldn't attribute to anything like ovarian cancer. So it is wonderful that, you can talk about these symptoms and really just have people aware that these are things that they should be mindful of, not necessarily running to your doctor, but just have it in the back of your head. Tania, the event is in its 20th year. You guys are doing some important work. Can you talk a little bit about the event and what you guys are hoping for this year?
Absolutely. Across Canada on Sunday, we have more than 30 locations. We have well over 2,000 participants, and joined by family members and loved ones that will be walking in support of Ovarian Cancer Canada and in walking in support of their loved ones and those that are facing the disease. And it's such a remarkable display of community, and it is so inspiring to see women drawing strength and hope from each other and just feeling that love of community all around them. So we're really excited about this weekend, and it is a very large fundraising event. More than $1.5 million is expected to be raised that will support research, programs and services, our advocacy work, education, all of those really important things.
And look, every dollar helps, right? We talk about how cancer literally touches everybody. If it's not you going through it, you know somebody that is going through it or has gone through it. I mean, I've been very open about it on, on the breakfast show. My mom was touched not by ovarian cancer, but these conversations are just so important, and I'm happy that we're having them. Jaynevie, what does it mean for you to be an ambassador, to participate in the event? And can you also talk about where people can get some more details on the event this weekend?
Absolutely. So the experience, very, very empowering. To think that only a few years ago I was fighting for my life, and then now I'm walking alongside and helping others fight for theirs. So it's truly inspiring, as Tania had mentioned, going to these events and keeping yourself up to date by following credible organizations like Ovarian Cancer Canada definitely keeps you with accurate and up-to-date information.
So the website, ovariancancerwalkofhope.ca, people can get tickets. The time of the walk for Sunday, can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Registration starts at 8:30 a.m. Opening ceremony starts at 9:30, and I believe the walk would start at 10, and ending time would be around 2:30. So,
amazing. And that website, Tania, is somewhere that people can also go to get more information on ovarian cancer. I'm sure there's some resources resources that people can look to as well.
Absolutely. Lots of resources, lots of even tools to know your risk, and help you with your conversations with your doctor if you're concerned about your symptoms. Lots of information at ovariancanada.org.
Okay, so this Sunday, Walk of Hope for Ovarian Cancer Canada. Again, ovariancancerwalkofhope.ca to get any information, resources. Tania, Jaynevie, thank you so much for sharing your story, for being with us this morning, and for talking about this very important conversation. We look forward to seeing you more. Thank you.
Thank you.